Good morning. Okay, so this is like amazing to me that I'm actually um, getting my focus, which is wonderful. But yesterday evening, um, I had two videos back to back that have totally placed me in a position of wake up, it's time to get moving. Um, where I might spend a portion of my day reviewing the tarot readings to find out what's going on with my divine masculine. My focus is now completely um, irrelevant to where he is at currently because I have to get some work done. Um, the first message I got came after me having about 3 days of, I wouldn't say I've had a tower moment because, but I've had a really big awakening. Okay. Um, and I would say that happened just about the beginning of the month. This is a tremendously powerful month. Um, I'm hoping that things continue in this order because I've had such clarity on certain things. Now, in my conversations with my higher self, I got explained that my focus on this channel, Pursuit of the Flame, is to be fine tuning the twin flame journey and fine tuning it. How do I define that? I don't define that. I am letting my spiritual higher self define that. Because some of the things that I am doing, I am being asked to share with the collective of twin flame soulmates, higher soulmates, and even the karmics that might want to be cross watchers as to what is going on in their particular case. Um, to give like a new perspective, sort of, I guess you would say. But what I got and I wrote down yesterday was fine tuning the twin flame journey so that we all need to work on, if we aren't already, depends on where you're at on your journey, um, daily heart breath work to get us tuned up, to start being in a place where we are working on our soul. Because what I do for my soul, my twin flame receives because we share the same soul. So the importance of that is that we're doing this for ourselves, but it benefits our twin. So that's, I'm just reading you the list. Then I had a couple of days ago over the weekend, early, I think it was Friday night, I got a whisper that said a collective weather report, and I had to sort of wait to hear exactly what that looked like. And what that is it is me picking out some headlines that are showing up to get our interest to come to people's channels. And I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to give you the list because this is day one for me on the activation of Pursuit of the Flame, um, which I'll be opening a new channel, so it will be actually the Pursuit of the Flame. Um, Collective weather report. So I'm going to be giving sort of an overarching viewpoint of, have we got collective stories that have changed? Have we got collective stories that have finished because twin flames have come together? Some of these kind of things are where I will be heading. Um, praying and having collective prayers because I think last night the channeling that I received came from Lotus Goddess, and she uses charms, and it was so exactly for me. I had lost some energy this last week, some of it had to do with the fact that, gee whiz, no communication in 6.5 months will do that to a person. But I personally have gotten downloads like we're a power couple, um, and things that are relative to what I'm supposed to be doing, like working on my book, um, working on my artwork. And in each one of these things, what I have found is there are certain things about how I was doing it in the past that that are blocking me from my creativity. And so it became an inward journey, which I'm assuming a lot of us in the collective are going through, where we are realizing we have to change it up. I mean, I'm like a little kid, and I've always loved that about myself, and I've always protected that about myself. I'm very spontaneous, and I like to be creative. Now, each of us has our skills, and I started realizing that the artwork I've been doing is not working because of physical things that have changed in my age, how I'm relating to my materials, and my materials are relating back to me. I have come through a lot of this, and what I've realized is I've lost the spontaneity within my creative essence. Now, also, I approached writing a book. Never written a book before. I started the book in May. I have a lot of data, but I'm learning. And I've been sort of on a procrastination roll. And then I went into a downturn about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, when I sort of felt like, oh my God, if I would just get any kind of communication, just so that I could verify that the downloads I'm not getting because I've lost my mind. That I'm actually on a twin flame journey, and I am actually being called upon for these things to happen. So, boy, did I get an answer. It makes no difference if my divine masculine gets a hold of me or not now. As of last night, I am literally realizing the importance of what I have been told. Okay, so for those of you who have already watched the download in my pajamas and seen me at my glorious no makeup space, that was a really important moment. Well, the verification last night came when I had these other videos that I watched, because every single thing I heard was relative to that download and how important my particular journey, and I don't know how many of us are on a similar path, but my goal with my divine masculine, whether he shows up or not, in my physical life, is going to be uniting twin flames, uniting higher soulmate unions for their purposes. Because, as I said the other night, we are having a reunion. This could take 50 years for this union to take place, where all of us start to get back to our tribes. So there's a lot of downloading that is going to be about this. So this is going to be a lot of the subject matter that I will be working with. So I wanted to do that. At some point, I don't know exactly when, this is Monday, this is bill paying day, this is catching up with all sorts of things that I haven't done. And so this is just going to be sort of an introduction, if you will, a second introduction to what we're going to be doing here on Pursuit of the Flame. And so I will at some point be pulling cards. More than likely, they're going to be oracle decks. and I will be working directly with my intuitive skills. Um, then I would like to take time to talk about some of the videos that have been the most important because of some of the things that they've said. Very important that I sort of be the conduit for the Tarot Collective. If people don't have the time, you know, this site will be somewhere where people can come and sort of get a collective overview. I'm not sure how that's going to work, having really never delved into this before. Um, any upcoming activities that I hear within the Soul Collective, um, because at some point I am trying to unite with several other people that are very important in this journey, and see what we can come up with for weekend retreats and things like that, whether they be all online or however we do it. I don't know yet. Then I like the idea of doing a farewell blessing, and us going on to the fact that some of us are doing daily activities that are extremely valuable, are working really well. I have some that I will share, and then what I hope is that we get people who are sharing what their daily routines are. And these are things that are just the mundane every day. This is what we do. These are separate from our individual tasks that angels, guides, and Mother, Father, Divine are imparting to us for our specific mission and task. So I want to let you know that I have been asked to do this for months, but it was hard to do that without all of the information that I've been downloaded, given, shared, and am currently experiencing. Now, I have to openly let you know, I did not have my shot. I live roughly 100 miles from Spokane, Washington. Now, no matter where I go, it's always that same 100 miles in any direction. And by the way, this has been happening to me literally for years. 100 miles. I lived 100 miles from everything I had to do. And for a while, I was just like, my mother asked me, why do you always move so far out in the middle of nowhere? And I said, you know, I really don't know, but it was always a blessing because I had time to reflect, think, meditate, which, by the way, if you don't know how to meditate while you're driving, don't do it. I learned over a 2-year period of driving from almost the Canadian border all the way down to Spokane and Tacoma, which was a 3.5-hour drive, and worse if the weather was, if the traffic was severe. But I learned how to meditate in that space without losing concentration of my task at hand. I found it very, very valuable. So I just want to do this now while I can give a heads up of what I'm getting ready to do. And then I'd like sometime today to come back and maybe start to actually develop each of these ideas and how to place this on the YouTube channel in a way where it's accessible for people. So thank you so much. If you are someone who views this, I did get a couple people who responded to my PJ moment, and thank you so very much. I appreciate more, please. I appreciate that because I'm a baby when it comes to this process, and I learn from you all, and I appreciate everything that's going on. So thank you, and I will check in a little bit later. Bye.